Hey, it's me, unapologetically T, and I am here this morning. I've been up bright and early, like for real. I think I woke up about like 2 or 3 this morning. I do that sometimes, a lot of times. Sometimes I'm able to roll over and force myself back to sleep, but most times I just wake up, pray, whatever. And then I ended up starting to think like I bought the storage unit last week, so I'm gonna start taking some stuff to storage today. My mom is coming into town and my brother, so I get to spend time with them. But I started this video this morning because I wanted to talk about my old job pathways. And last night we celebrated the Mellon Research Fellows, which I'll get into all the details about what that is and what it means. But we celebrated them at the VMFA. I hope I got the acronym right because it's morning. But yeah, so we celebrated them, and it was just such a good feeling to watch them be celebrated for their work, their extremely hard work. I know me and my coworkers always used to joke about how hard it was for us behind the scenes, but truly, like I feel like the students have it the hardest. They're balancing school, they're balancing work life, they're balancing so many things, and also doing a year-long research project. So it was so amazing to see them at the finish line. Like, I cried. When I say I cried, oh my gosh, I cried. It was such an amazing thing to be a part of. I was happy to still be invited even though I quit. But I was not only invited, I was, including the speeches, and it just felt good to be recognized. I will say that if I had a dream job, that was it. Far as working for someone else, that would be it. What that program embodies is what I see, what I've always envisioned for this earth, and just what I've always envisioned for humanity in itself. So me saying that, I wanted to talk about the program, and I reflected this morning. I posted to my social media like some clips from that night, and I also posted on my social media clips that encompass like throughout the years that I worked there. I have so many pictures, I couldn't fit them all. It's so many wonderful students that I came in contact with, some that I still speak to today. Like they have full access to me. So yeah, I definitely want to say that, like, reflecting this morning, I realized that when I used to do that job, I used to do it with the pure kindness and hopes to help somebody else get through their journey, accomplish their goals, whatever. Like, my whole goal was to be there to assist you. Whatever you could think of as a goal or as a final marker, not a final, but a marker in your life that you wanted to reach or get to, I guess like an achievement, I was there to help. I'm now realizing that job helped me in I think more ways than I could have ever helped the students, or anyone that I came across in that position. So I reflect this morning. I want to first, before I go into my reflection, I want to talk about what Pathways is, why it's such a phenomenal program, why it should still exist. It is grant funded, so it is based on whether it will still have funding, and then after that contract is up, whether the community colleges will absorb it and actually make sure that it stays and continues to function the way that it's functioning. So basically, pathways. What is Pathways to VCU? And it's actually Mellon Pathways to VCU. It is funded by the Mellon Foundation, so shout out to them. Great investment that you're doing. I don't know if anyone told you, but your money is definitely helping people, and not only helping people, but it is helping keeping the arts and humanities relevant. I feel like a lot of programs are starting to fall off. Like, I know I talked to people in the religious studies program, and it's like, well, they might be getting rid of this because there's not really much you can do with this. And I just feel like that is a disservice, because that was one of the things that like set my fire in college. Like, that was a thing that I was like super passionate about, religious studies, and it taught me so much. But so like, I just think that some people like focus a lot on like STEM programs and all that stuff, but like the arts and humanities matter. And I feel like the Mellon Foundation is definitely doing a great service by funding this program. What Pathways to VCU truly is. So the idea behind it is that transfer is a little wonky. Transfer is a little wonky when you're transferring from a community college to a university. So the whole idea behind it was to, in particular, we focus on students in the arts and humanities. And the whole focus was to create a program that allowed for a smoother transition to VCU. Does that mean that if a student joins the program that they have to go to VCU? It does not. However, we can't guarantee smooth transitions to another college. We would, in the past, try to help students if they did. Like, we had a student who got accepted into Columbia. Like, wow. Like, it's not to say that like VCU is not Columbia, but it's just to say that like, why wouldn't we, help you transition? And so we definitely still help. However, we're not guaranteeing a smooth transition. We do not have partnerships with other universities. We solely have these partnerships with VCU. We work with, when I was there, I'll speak from my experience. When I was there, it was students that attended Brightpoint and Reynolds Community College. We worked with those two schools. And to get them, if they wanted to seek a 4-year degree, to have a smooth transition to VCU. That is not it. So saying that is not all that we provide. We also provided a community. One of the things that was brought up that night was that this program was started in the dead, like the beginning of the pandemic. So it was very much creating a community online. So I think like if you go to my Instagram, like I posted a video on this, like one of my previous directors of the program, her son had made like a Zoom jack-o'-lantern, and I put that in there because that was our world at the time of the program. I came in probably a year after the program had started, and I was like in 2020, I think. And this program created so much more for students than just a smooth transition. It is a network. It is peer interaction. So you get to interact with your peers, and you literally, like when they had the slogan, we're all in this together. Like, that was kind of what Pathways brought to students. So to be more thorough about what we kind of offer, this is pretty much student led. So for instance, there were students who wanted to start a book club. You want to start a book club? Okay, we got your back. Book club was started. student choice of the books. There we do facilitate the gatherings. I will call them gatherings. Usually there's Zooms or we do stuff in person. But we kind of found that Zoom does work for people in their schedule. So even after the pandemic, we still do Zooms, but we do offer like in-person events. But so like for book club, like the students got to choose their book, and they do such a phenomenal job choosing books. I've gotten to read so many awesome books. Us as employees, we would facilitate these things. So we would be there. We would guide questions if needed, but if students jumped in and they could handle that, taking the reins and leading where the conversation went, we would step back and let them do so. And it's amazing what they can come up with, and I just find it amazing how respectful everybody was of everybody's differences and stuff like that. Like, I will say that, like, with this job, like, I learned so much about the LGBT community. Like, a lot of our students were identified as one of those things, and I was able to learn so much. And not only just because it was forced on me. I never felt like it was forced on me. It was one of those things, like, you got to see people be people, and a lot of those things that you don't know, it almost felt like you wanted to know more. You wanted to know, well, why do you feel this way? Why do you think this way? Or just what is this about? And I find that curiosity in the students, and I found that curiosity in myself again. And I was so grateful for that. Another part of our program that I felt like is just so beautiful is students can participate in this program and receive a stipend. So they receive a stipend for completing the e-portfolio, which if you've been to VCU, you know that VCU does utilizes e-portfolios. E-portfolios to me are kind of like an online presence. You can have an e-portfolio for arts. You can have an e-portfolio. I had an e-portfolio that I had to do in my teaching program. So I kind of look at it like it's a buffed up online resume. You're showing someone what you're about. However, with our program, it was offered in the fall. It's more of a reflective e-portfolio. So it's more, I say it's more fun. It's more fun, and they're asked different questions to gauge their thinking, and they get money to do so. Then in the spring, we have more of like forward-facing e-portfolio. Like, it's more of if you want to showcase your academic or your career goals, those questions are more geared towards, and it's still reflective, but it's reflective in a academic or career goal sort of way. And they actually get to present their e-portfolios to basically people that are within our network, and or that's aligned with their majors. So it's really, really cool to get to network. Like, plenty of students have met people who took to them, and it's awesome networking experience. It's also excellent experience of job readiness, like career readiness. And I just love that about the program, and the students get paid for it. So they attend events weekly. We call them folio cafes. We also have other events that they can choose from. Like I said, the book club. I'm blanking on stuff, but we done went to Bryant Park and did cleanups. We have done the African American Museum in DC. That was a big trip. We even went to Roanoke and went to a museum out there. And that one's good too. It's a smaller experience, but it was phenomenal. If I can think of the name, I'll put it in the description. Um, but we've done so many different things. Students also get to have the opportunity to be dually enrolled at their community college and at VCU. So we have something called dual admissions, and they get to basically get a VCU ID. So they apply, we pay for their application fee, and they get to get a VCU ID. They get to utilize the library. They don't get access to everything, but what they do get access to is pretty cool. Then let's see, what else are some perks? I'm blanking. I had a whole little wall there, and I used to do this spiel like all the time. It's a really great program. Like, I swear, like, if it was out when I was younger, I definitely would have taken advantage of it. But yes, so they also can take certain classes. They can't take all classes, but they can take certain classes while dually enrolled. So if they wanted to start taking a class at VCU, they could do so. We do not have it where they could use financial aid at both places yet. However, you never know. Maybe some things will be worked out. Then we have the Mellon research part of our program, which I used to work closely with the directors. And oh my gosh, so much work goes into the Mellon Research Fellows. Like, so much work goes into the program, period, but so much work goes into the Mellon Research Fellows. God bless the assistant director this year who had to take over my position. I knew you would do a great job. God bless his heart. He was new. he was new. He wasn't new, but he was fairly new, and he definitely had to fill some shoes that was big. And I'm not just saying that, not just from the student perspective, but it is a lot of work behind the scenes that I definitely know he was kind of like, oh, this is a lot. So I said, God bless y'all. Y'all pulled it off. I'm so proud of y'all. To the folks behind the scenes, I am so proud of the students. Y'all go. Y'all did it. So he definitely had to fill in where I left off. So I want to thank him. And I want to thank my director, because she definitely always pulls through. And she also wasn't fairly new. I think she had definitely gotten her footing into it, but we had another director before her, and she was able to jump in and did an awesome job. She continues to do an awesome job. I love her, and I just want to know, like, you're doing great. So all of you are. I am gonna miss y'all. When I say this was my dream job, if I ever had one, to like work for somebody else, I truly mean that. I had the best coworkers I could ask for. Like, it was literally the first career job I ever had that it felt like a team. I've had so many BS jobs that will say, we're a team. It's a team. They'll give you a shirt and it says teamwork, and they'll do these workshops and want you to trust fall on them. And it's like, baby, you I wouldn't trust you to catch me if I knew there was cushion for me to fall. I am good. These people, I could trust them if I fail. Matter of fact, I had moments of falling, and I could trust my coworkers to pick up my slack. We all could trust each other to pick up our slack on days that we needed, slack to be picked up. We all could trust each other to do what we needed to be done when we all were having good days. So it's a work environment that is so symbiotic, and people really need to study what Pathways is doing, because it has been the best career job I had, the best experience I've had. I have nothing but good things to say. I do not have any real complaints about Pathways, and that's saying a lot, because I can find the fallacies and stuff very easy. So I feel like you get a real group of people who are devoted to helping other people. There is no one stuck there that is miserable and wish they would be someone else. Like, we truly, truly, truly was passionate about the students. Hey, we all were in their shoes, at some point in our lives. So it was definitely something that we could relate to with them. And we always constantly was able to show them who we were. That's why I love that job. I could be myself at that job. um I could be who the students needed me to be, and I was human and transparent. Like, I never tried to treat them like I was the authority over them. Like, look, I might not have told, everything that was going on with me, but I definitely would let them know, like, I'm human. I'm human. Like, I have my moments. You didn't get your paper done. It's late, you know. It's okay, you know. Contact your professor, build these relationships, communicate. Like, there are people just like we are people. So, like, when I say that program was more than just making a smooth transition, that program provided so much to so many different students, all different situations and cases. But definitely, I mean, we had students who were immigrant students. We had students. I had a student who she has her whole degree in her native country, and she had to come over here and start over for her education. And just seeing that, like, seeing her drive and her willpower to learn more and to, I feel like, immerse herself in this new culture. Active, she's an activist for other people. Like, I just love all these different stories about all these different students, and just knowing that one day they will be the change that we envision and want. They will be the trailblazers. They will be the game changers. They will be the change that the world needs. Because, hey, look, they are working with the arts and humanities, and I feel like you have to be humane in order to have the passion for the arts and humanities. Because that's just how I feel about it. Like, you can see that arts and humanities have served the test of time. We still like, it's funny that, like, I think somebody mentioned this. I think one of the students mentioned this, but, like, we were in the museum doing the celebration. Like, and if you think about a museum is nothing but a time capsule for art and different time periods. And art basically is like an extension of an experience during a certain time period. Like, it's a creative piece of what was during that time period. Sometimes it can be futuristic too. So, and sometimes we can go back in time. So I just find that the arts and humanities is so beautiful in so many different ways. Like, even if you're not even thinking about actual art and artifacts, like, when you think about literature is how we record keep what's going on. So it's just, I just love and adore this program. I posted that it is not goodbye. It is until I see you again. I mean that wholeheartedly. I mean it. I mean it, and I mean it. I mean it. I love you guys. I'm so proud of the students. Not only just the MRF students. I'm extra proud of y'all, but and that's another thing I want to say. Like, so all of y'all were resilient in your own way, but definitely a couple of students who I knew personal situations was happening to them. Just to see them stick with it, stick with it. That's another thing. Like, me going through what I'm going through now and what I was going through then, I just want to say that a lot of students always just be like, "You're so helpful." Like, "Oh my gosh, like, you did this." I always got recognition for what I was doing from the students. And I want to say that they don't know They don't know how much having that job helped me. When I took that job, I was in a place where I said I would never work for nobody else again. Number one, teaching had broke my heart. Like being a part of a failing system and trying to do right in a failing system, it just defeated me. It took everything out of me. It took my passion. I love the kids regardless. Like that was the whole point where I could not return. I felt like it was a very flawed system, and I am not the type of person where if you can't beat them, join them. I feel like if you can't beat them, fuck them, and I'm gonna always have that stance with it. I will not participate in something that I don't feel like is right, and I feel like that system is very flawed. My heart goes out to all educators who are in the system. I think I've made videos like this before. I don't know, because sometimes I make videos and I don't post them. But I will say that whether you are a burnt out teacher and you stay and you said you can't beat them, join them, you're just going to make sure your bills are paid. I don't fault you to, a whole degree. I feel like you came into this thing passionate and passion was stolen from you. I pray that you find your passion or redefine it. For the ones that have some kind of way maintain your passion, I say that you are a true one. I say that, I hope that things change for you and those students. However, I got to a point where it was like, I was doing my own little side stuff, making ends meet, tutoring, stuff like that. And I don't know what's wrong with that dog. But she just messed up my train of thought. Shush! Be quiet. Silencia. She gonna start when I talk. Nope, she didn't. She listened. Alright. So, I will say that I didn't think I was gonna work for somebody again. I was heartbroken and crushed. And when I heard about this job and it was explained to me, I was like, sign me up. I'm gonna do this. And so that was a leap of faith I took, and I'm so happy I took it. And this is why. The students thought I was doing them a great service, but boy, was they doing me one. They restored my hope into people because my lens and my worldview had been subjected to what I saw on a day-to-day basis, what I went through, and I was starting to lose hope and faith in the world because I thought, I was told that if you go to college, you get that career, life would be sweet. I would at least be able to live comfortable. And, I thought teaching would be just such an amazing job for me. I get to help others and it'd be rewarding by helping others. It was so far from the truth, and like that dream was shattered, broken, and then the stuff I was going through at home and just internally, like I had became like a Debbie Downer. And I'm sorry, Debbies. I'm sorry to anybody who's a Debbie, but I became a Debbie Downer, and I became very pessimistic. Like I had family members I couldn't trust. Like I just was in a space where I was not having a lot of hope in humanity. Having that job restored my hope and faith in humanity. I have met so many beautiful souls who have so many great ideas on how to be the change in this world that we need. And I feel like I will forever be fulfilled just from doing that job alone, as far as career goes. So I will be forever fulfilled that I was a part of something great, and that I would say, maybe a catalyst. I was a catalyst to someone else that maybe helped them along their journey or their path. Are y'all getting what pathways is? So helping them along their path. So you restored faith in myself, because I had started to believe that I could not get to where I wanted to be at. And so it's just been an amazing journey being a part of that job, being a part of another person's journey and helping them get to where they wanted to go. Um, and one of the biggest reflections that I've had is that I myself have been telling my students all this time, it's not about the final product. It's not about the final product. It's not about the final product. And you can word this as it's not about the final product or the destination. For me, I know what my destination is. I know what I want to do. I know where I want to be. I know where I should be. I know where I'm going to be. However, what tricks me up and what tricks up most of us is we want to get to there now. We want to hurry it up. We want to push things along so fast. And I've been telling these students for like over 3 years, like, it's not about the journey. It's not about it's not about the final product. It's not about the final project. It's not about your destination. It is about trusting the process. And if you want to put that into like real life terms and take it outside of the Mellon research, which I didn't explain them, but they get to do a year-long research project of their choice as long as it's tied to the arts and humanities, and they get freedom on how they produce their project. So it doesn't have to be a paper. It can be any multimedia facet that you can kind of think of. We had someone do the bamba, and I learned about the bamba, and you could feel it. Like, I don't know if I was the only one, but I could feel that dance. Like, it was so great. But yes, so like we've had so many different ways that this project can be expressed. And one of the things that I would say, if you want to translate it to life, just know that it is not about where you end up at. It is not, when you set these goals and you have these visions of where you're supposed to be at, don't rush it. Focus on how you're going to deal with the now. Because it's about the journey. It's about who you meet along the way. It's about the mistakes that you make along the way and reflecting on those things. It is about what you get right. It is about the good days. It is about the bad days. It is about all of it. Like, it is literally you practicing being in the now and looking. Once you get to where you're going to look back and you're going to realize that. So why not just enjoy the moment now? Because like one of the students said, oh my gosh, like I'm just so happy it's over, but I'm also like going to miss it. And that's what tends to happen when we just do it and we just get to that finish line and we didn't really enjoy those moments. And it's okay to miss it. But it's so good when you get to like be like, okay, I finally did it. I get the revelation. I accomplished it. I did it. I'm where I want to be. So that's a little tidbit I had to take for myself, is to this new journey that I'm on is to enjoy the moments. I just need to live day by day. I've always lived by planning for the future. And once I get there, it's not nothing that I expected. So I want to now learn how to enjoy every day, whether it's good or bad.